Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a DIY Dollar Tree neutral Valentine's Day decor. We're going to use this particular item from the Dollar Tree, or a part of it anyway. We're also just going to use some tooling and some ribbon that you can find in the wedding section. The tooling is white and the ribbon actually is white, and it has silver words that says love on it and a little bit of a wire edge. So a lot of people cannot find the Valentine's Day things when we go to make crafts. So I wanted to show you that there are things out there that are still, you could be utilized for Valentine's Day, lovey things. They often have heart-shaped rhinestones in the craft section. Of course, you can make heart-shaped things out of foam board and that kind of stuff as well. But I'm going to mix some everyday items with some Valentine's Day items. So the first thing we're going to do is we just pulled off one of these hearts, and they're just connected with like these little red rings that almost reminded me of jacks. I don't know, it's weird. Like Chinese checkers. Do you remember them? Not Chinese checkers, Chinese jacks. Do you remember them? Anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to take all of the red off. Now, this is very simple to do. It is sort of like just a red garland. You just need to find the end, which I found on the very tip, the bottom point of the heart. And it's woven back and forth on these plastic stems. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is sort of an optional step, but I think that with this particular look, it isn't really an option, if that makes sense. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut off all of those little plastic stems that help hold the garland on. The reason we're going to do that is because this tooling is very fair and it's very thin, and you want to be able to cover the plastic and without showing all those bumps and stuff. For lots of things that we're going to do with these, we will leave them on. But for this particular craft, we're going to cut them off. And I wanted to show you, it's a fairly simple process. There is just... I just took a regular scissor. There's the craft scissor. The biggest difficulty I had was on the inside of the top of the heart, getting the scissor around there. So what I did was I just held the scissor open, and I almost used it like a knife blade to cut the little tabs off. But I think I'll show you that here in a minute. But what we're just going to do then, and I'm sorry again, I'm at my friend's house, and she doesn't really have a table for me to work on, so this is on my lap board. I'm just basically weaving the tool around there. Now, what I've decided to do is I'm twisting the tool as I weave it, because instead of doing a lot of layers of one layer tool, I thought it would be easier to do like one layer of bunched up tool. Does that make sense? So I'm twisting the tool as I feed it through and around on the stem. I mean on the wreath. Now, another option that you could do, and if I was home, I would do it, is to spray paint this wreath form white if you're going to use the white tooling. Just because you wouldn't have to use as many thick layers or worry about it being as opaque as we needed it to be. Okay? So we are going to end up using both of the rolls of tulle, or almost both of the rolls of tulle. And we're just going to use a little bit of the ribbon. But there is different options. So if you watched yesterday's video, you know that I was having a lot of difficulty crafting last night. while I started this project, I was having a lot of difficulty, things not coming out the way I wanted them to. So this was an idea that I had, and then I actually, because there's 3 hearts on here, I wanted to do one with tooling, I wanted to do one with burlap, and I wanted to do one with ribbon, but I could not find the materials that I needed at the Dollar Trees here, oddly enough, except of course the tooling. So I might have to hang on to those 2 wreaths till I get home. But I'll be home in plenty of time to show you them for Valentine's Day. But you guys, you know, I love to be able to inspire you to go ahead and do your own thing, as you know. So if you guys want to run with it, I was just going to show you the technique, sort of how we did the burlap Christmas tree. with the burlap ribbon, the green burlap ribbon, we were going to weave it back and forth, but a little bit different. So that was one of the things I was thinking about trying. And I was very disappointed that I couldn't find any burlap, to be honest with you. That's really what made it, like, you know, I don't want to say sad, but that's what made it difficult, was because I didn't have the materials that I wanted to use. But yeah, so we're just basically just going to wrap. And like I said, I was twisting I'm twisting the mesh as I'm pulling it through, so that it's not just one layer that goes over, you know, one layer of it at a time. It's a little bit thicker. And then what we're going to do is take the second one, and originally I'd cut up the second one to use it for a different technique, and then I just ended up wrapping pieces of the second one around. But you could just continue to wrap with the second one to get the coverage that you need or you would like for to cover up the red plastic. Okay? And of course, if you paint it white or if you use another material, then obviously you won't have to probably use quite so much. Don't forget, we made a bigger wreath with the wire edged burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree to give it more of a country feel, which is an option as well. That'd be really cute. We did that video. We actually did that on a big wreath form a couple of years ago on the channel. All right, so you're just going to continue on. Like I said, I was trying to twist it to get enough coverage to get basically to make it more opaque. And then I'm just going to repeat the whole way around. Now, as far as the ribbon is concerned that we're going to use to hang this with, it is a Dollar Tree ribbon that they carry in the wedding section. And it's a sort of a sheer sort of ribbon with silver words that say love and hearts and scrolls with little wire edge. Now, if I had my druthers, I probably would cut off the wire edges because they're a little like shiny silver. And you'll see in a project we're going to do in the next couple of days that we actually wrap that ribbon. And it's a little, I wanted to do a blingy DIY for you guys because I know that subscribers like Jessica Morales, for example, like the farmhouse glam look. So the neutral colors and the silver would be a way to bring that in. Just for my own personal preference, I probably would just cut the wire edges off and just wrap it without that. Okay? So as you can see here, this is the next day. And I, you know, with the wardrobe change. And this is where I went ahead and I added those pieces of scraps that I had made to do that other technique. And I just tried to thicken up any place that looked like it was a little thin. And you could see some of the center or some of the light coming through. So I just went ahead and I overlaid, you know, the morning light is always better light anyway. So I went ahead and I overlaid just the naked spots or the holidays. Okay. And because these pieces were already cut, I did go ahead and I used the glue gun just to tack down the ends, the raw ends. But for the original first layer, I just ended up tucking in behind all of the extra loose stuff. All right, and since my glue gun was on, I went ahead and I took a piece of ribbon, I folded it in half, this is the length that I wanted, and I glued the two halves together. I'm just trying to line them up evenly. And this ribbon, the word love, is in multi-directional, multi-direction, so you don't have to worry about when you do a bow which side is the right side, the left side, or whatever, okay? And then I went ahead and I took a piece and I made a 2-loop ribbon, and I'm sorry, a 2-loop bow with our bow making technique that we've made many times on this channel. And I have a whole video on that if you want to check out the DIY playlist. It's one of the very first videos on there. Okay, and I'm just going to glue the bow directly to the ribbon, and we're just going to tie one of our tiny jute hangers so we don't have to worry about putting any pressure on this ribbon. And what I like about it is I'm showing you, or I'm playing with it here, that I could hang it on either side. If you made all three of them like this, it would be cute if one was hanging on the left side, one was hanging on the right side, and one was hanging in the middle. That would be really super cute too. Or if you like this with the tooling, you can actually make all three of them and then hang them from each other, kind of how they originally were, except with ribbon would be really cute as well. All right. And that's it. I really do like the way it came out. After all, it's very delicate. I like it a lot. Hopefully you do too. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, just go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share with friends and family. Anybody you know might be interested in seeing this idea. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe. And when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And as always, you take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.